All right, welcome to Sunrise PEP-aration.
I like it.
I know, me too. PEP season is in full swing, and by PEP I mean Primary Exit Profile Assessment. So for all you parents and myself and guardians that are in the full throes like I am, you know that we have something on the horizon here. So Dennis, you're coming out.
Yeah.
But Sunrise has you covered. So joining us this morning is the lovely Dr. Ashman. She's going to walk us through some of what we can prepare for as the parents, that we need to help the kids with. She is the CEO of the Learning Hub Group. Dr. Shalette Ashman, how are you?
I'm very fine. I'm very well, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. First of all, some people are still a little confused. We're not doing Common Entrance, we're not doing GSAT, we are doing PEP. What does PEP look like?
All right, so PEP, the primary exit profile, it's really a spiraling exam. So by spiraling, we mean that we're going to build upon concepts. So basically, students are gradually understanding the concepts from year 4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
So I've always said that this approach would be a better approach than just have one exam that you go in and you pass or you fail. But there's more an element of continuous assessment.
That is
but
correct.
that now gives us an opportunity to utilize technology that maybe we didn't have. And I remember the last time we spoke was when we were making that transition to PEP from GSAT. How much have we learned, and how much have you sought to now tweak the books that you were writing at the time back in 2019 with, you know, just the technology, the hub, etc., so that we can now give children a better experience?
Thanks for that question, Dennis. All right, so in regards to the books, what we have done really is just to infuse augmented reality, artificial intelligence in our workbooks and our textbooks.
Yes.
You'd have known that PEP covers the ability test, the curriculum-based test, and the performance task.
Yes.
So as much as possible, we have apps that can help students to prepare for the ability test for all 3 exams, right? But with the performance task, it's more a structured, so you have writing, you have essay writing, answering questions. So we have introduced AI into our material where students can ask a question, get response, that kind of a thing. And of course, the curriculum-based test, they would have to know the material and then answer questions.
My son is 4, so I'm not anywhere near this, but I'm trying to prepare his mind for PEP. When should parents start?
They should start early.
I
know I'm extra. I know me and my wife are extra in that regard. But
also, if I may say, I think we have
when you start.
No, we have to get out of this mindset that school is about PEP, because school is about an education.
Yes.
And what PEP does is, in my opinion, from my experience, it paints a much better picture of who your child is as a student. And what I appreciate about it, believe it or not, is that you don't just get a percentage result, you don't just get a grade, so to speak, but you literally are told whether your child is highly proficient, proficient, developing, or beginning in very specific areas. So, as specific as... No, but it is as specific. No, but I like it because you also learn how your child learns.
Yes.
So I will say to you, your child is highly proficient in being able to add and subtract. However, they are developing in the area of what's it called again? The sentences,
language,
worded math problems, because what they've done is they've integrated critical thinking in math, in social studies, in science.
So they're not able to translate
the
math numbers into words.
Right.
So with PEP, you have different levels of questioning, right? So you have level 1 questions that's basically recall. Then, and that was what the GSAT was really about.
Yes.
So you have very few of those in PEP. Then you have concept questions where students have to use their higher order thinking skills. So the reasoning, the synthesis, those things become apparent. You know, students have to develop those skills. Then you have your strategic thinking kind of questions. You have your extended thinking kinds of questions. So PEP really affords students to think critically and to reason, to analyze and to synthesize. Those are higher order thinking skills that are very critical for success.
Yen, Doc, one of the things that I want parents to appreciate is that we, on Sunrise PEP-aration, we each time we do this segment, we are trying to help the parents and the students, because it is a joint experience. Give us some tips on what parents can do to help to prepare their children in the weeks to come, in the months to come, because they have time, they can learn. And you went through the different the questions, and you kind of get an idea of where she was with the particular questions. Like, take us through some of the things that the parent can do in terms of tips.
Thanks for that question. I think the biggest thing is self-efficacy. Getting a child to believe that they can do, because the minute you get your child to believe that they can, that's the first big hurdle, right? So once you get them to believe that they can do something, that's important. Then you need to understand the question types that your child will get. So for example, when we talk about critical thinking, all right, an application, let's think about it this way. Let us say that you're washing some clothes, right? And you're saying, okay, so it takes 1 pack of soap to wash 1 pants, right? Then you might want to get your child and say, okay, so how many packs of soap will it take to wash 4? That kind of a thing. So you can apply it to real life situations. For example, the performance tasks that the students do at grades 4, 5, and 6, right? Those questions are based on applying the concepts that are taught to real life situations. So I'm tiling this room. I want you to find the perimeter of the room. I want you to find how many tiles we're going to need to tile the room, that kind of a thing. So parents can become more engaged, you know, in the process. By just understanding and working with the child. And let us say the parent is not so inclined academically, then what they can do is to participate by rewarding the students, being there, providing the kind of environment that's conducive for learning. Like I talk about it all the while. I mean, I grew up in Grantspen. My father was a car wash man. Sometimes I want to joke about it and say a car detailer. Yeah, but he just used to wash cars. My mother was a domestic helper. Don't know if they could read and write well, but they ensured that we understood the importance of learning.
They kept you accountable.
So yeah, so parents can make sure that there's an environment conducive for learning. You turn off the music. You're not chatting loud. You know, that kind of a thing. So I mean, there's a lot that parents can do to really foster, you know, learning.
And I think most important, I love that you said, is their confidence.
Yes.
Because if you allow that child to believe in themselves and realize that being educated is exciting.
Yes.
You get to learn things. You make it practical and relatable. It's a win for the child and the parent.
There's no more technology, more hubs, more online this and that. The gamification is the order of the day.
AR,
AI.
Virtual reality.
Back in the day, it was just extra class, and you just got extra class.
Right.
There are different ways that parents can spend their money. You know, you can put an app on and tell them go on and you practice and move up the leaderboard and all of those kinds of things. Do you encourage the apps and those things that the kids are into now?
Definitely, because that's how children learn. I mean, well, you have different learning styles, and that's something we need to understand, because not every child will learn that way. So you have children who learn auditory, you have the visual learner, you have the kinesthetic learner. So you have to understand how your child learns. And then once you figure that out, then you encourage them to develop, to customize material to suit their learning style. So a child may learn by hearing. So you would say to them, okay, record your information and play it back. Or a child may learn by seeing something. So you might want to make them make a video, or they may want to go outside and do an experiment. So first of all, you need to understand how your child learns. Then now, if your child is, you know, adapt to technology, then you want to find the best app, you want to find the best website, and you want to make sure you track what is going on, because some children, you know, you'll buy the resources for them and they'll never use it.
It's almost like you're buying what you want.
Correct. But it's
Study
about
your
child.
know your child.
It's about your child.
Yes.
So abilities is out the window for the grade 6ers. There are 6 to go. 2 in March, 2 in April. Also?
Yeah.
And March, April, and 2 in May.
In June.
In June, rather. What say you?
Yeah, well, okay, so for grade 6, Yandy, you have the performance test coming up next month in March, and then in April you have the curriculum-based test, and then for grade 4 students, they do it at the end of school, basically, so they are in June for the performance test.
What say you to the children who are watching, or maybe watching? What's the word of encouragement you give to them?
All right, first thing I want to say is, yes, you can. Yes, Barack Obama, yes, you can.
We can.
Yeah, and then I want to encourage students to, that they learn differently. So it's not about going into class, taking on the notes. If you don't learn that way, try to figure out how you learn. And then you want to start preparing early. Like that was the first question you asked, how soon should they start? You want to understand what is coming on the exam, what are the kinds of questions that you'll be given, and you want to start from now to make sure that you adequately cover the material so that you'll be ready. Because when you are ready, you're going to be more confident. I mean, you're going to go into that exam and you're not going to be stressed, and you'll do better. And also, like Yendi said, I mean, school is not just about exam. It's about preparing for life. So some of those skills that you're going to learn, like self-discipline, independent learning, that's going to take you all the way up to your PhD if you choose to go that route.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Dr. Shalette Ashman, CEO of the Learning Hub Group. On the other side of the break, we're going to take a break, and we keep the learning growing with Sunrise Out of Many. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.